now and I can't hear anybody. What's happened with that? Desk speaker and microphone. Do you hear the ringtone? I don't know. Yes, I do now. No. I don't know. I might have to take this. This is what happens with my mic sometimes. This happened during one of my mentoring sessions, and then but can you put in the chat anybody then, because I can't hear you. Sorry everybody, I don't know why I can't hear people. If I ask you to unmute, that's strange. So you can also use your pencil to go back over as well. So you can go back over your lines with the pencil, and then you get to see that lovely silvery tone coming through. But whatever way you're doing it, I just want you to be able to get an idea of what it is to even have those hard lines and soft lines. You can add texture in.
Ali, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I must be just charmed. Just let
That's
you try.
so odd, isn't it? Oh, good. Thank you, Lee. Right. Anyone else? It's like a game, isn't it? It's like a quiz. I'll guess who's talking. Thank you. I don't know why that. Everyone.
Hi.
Oh, good. Who's that?
Me, Fiona.
Hi, Fiona. Good. Okay. And I can hear everyone's playlist too in the end, in the background.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Claire can hear you. Could you try again, Sharon? Because you'll try to organise my personal assistant. That's why maybe it's secretly not letting you on. Oh, there she is. There you go. Yes, I can.
Hi.
Phew.
I was actually saying as well, I don't know how to change the fact that everyone can see it. Or can that be done? Just in case someone had said something and then I was like, thanks.
Oh, no, I seem to get them all privately.
That's okay. No, I just didn't know.
I can change that. Yeah.
No, that's fine.
Yes, we're all set up. Thank you. Good. Yes. I think it was Darren. Great. I see everybody sitting, and you just lift your rather than blow it up. Oh, look at that. Look at your two colours, Linda. Love it. Yeah, everyone can show me theirs if you want to. I'd love to see them. Beautiful. Loads of overlays. Just fun. Good. Texture. Well done, Jan. Rachel got lovely greens there. Great. And obviously you need to sign it. Bottom right or bottom left. You can use your pencil for that. Well done, Michael and Lydia. Lauren, I love your wallpaper behind. That's awesome. Oh, that's me again here. Carol getting on. Everyone looks so busy. This is great. Anne, are you going straight into paint? Anne's one of my students. You're with your pastels. Lovely. Great. Okay, so you've just about a minute left on that. It's really just a fun way to... But you know what I'd really encourage you to do? Take your pencil and go over our stag again. Just go over the lines of that just to embed it into your brain. So with your pencil, you're just going over the top bit again, and then your crisscross and your match up, and then ear, ear, antler, antler, and then our back and our belly, front legs and back legs. And that just means that you're getting the idea of that into your head for whenever we move to our pages. Hazel, are you getting on okay? Beautiful. Good antlers there. Okay, so if you just have a sip of your chosen drink and clean your hands now. So the best thing with the soft pastels is baby wipes, or baby wipes if you have them. If you don't, you can just feel free to get up and give your hands wipe. And there's another Lauren as well. Love the colour of your top. Love a turquoisey colour. So if you get yourself a little bit of a breather, and we now need, you'll need to just get your hands nice and well clean. You're going to get dirty with paint anyway, but I would like you just to have your, I see actually, I'm thinking of people who aren't here. Just had a thought. Well, I'm just going to check again, email, to make sure. Oh, we're good. No. Yes. Okay. Sharon, would you maybe even check your emails just to make sure? Because I'm not on your own, but I think we're good. And maybe people, somebody had messaged earlier just to say, their child was unwell, so they were, and then there's a few others we're recording it for. So what you need for this now is, if you got ticket A, I hope as well the ticket A will enjoy your little, I think he's really cute. So, you know, if you decide not to frame your masterpiece, at least you've got this little boy to keep. Your little paint pots. So you should have, well, either if you're ticket A or ticket B, the colours that you need are the primary colours, red, blue and yellow. And you need black and white. Hi. Is that, are you doing ballet? No, is that, no, just a really cool outfit. I love your headband. Love it. So you need those, and then you need your little paintbrush, and you need some water. I have 2 waters here. You can take a break partway through and change your water if you want. It's mostly I have 2 waters because I'm barricaded in and can't get out. So that would be why I'm also just going to text my husband who's up in the house to get him to bring me a water if everybody doesn't mind. Okay. Yep, get a snack. This is your snack break, drink break, stretch break. So we have then about an hour to enjoy ourselves now for the final fun bit. Did everybody find that okay? You can give me a thumbs up. It's quite odd. Some people don't like pastels, the feel of them. Maybe some of you are using oil bars as well, or oil pastels. They can work really fun, or colouring in pencils are just as effective. So what you need for this is, if you're using, if you are using a canvas, this is the time to use your canvas. I'd like it to be portrait as well, just in keeping with what we've been working on. If your ticket A, it should have the number 3 on it, and this is your 3rd page, which is, this is professional painters paper, like artists paper, and you can buy a big pad of it if you decide, because it holds your water and holds your paint really well. And any of you that were there in the summer will know that I love this paper, and I love the paints that you've got and the grade of paints. And the brush, it goes so well. It's like silk over this, so I get really excited about paint. To be fair, you'd be disappointed if I didn't get excited about paint. So you will need a palette. Well, I maybe should have put, I think this might have been in the email, the last email. A plate or a bowl for you to use as a mixing plate, because one of the things I really pride myself on is teaching mixing. And I don't know whether I just forgot it in school or wasn't taught it in school, but my son is now going through the colour wheel and colour theory, but it's something I love to teach, and that you will be able to do tonight is mix your colours. So you need a plate of some sort. If you have to use something out of the kitchen, it'll wash off after, don't worry. I'm using a palette because, you know, I'm just such a pro. I will cover all of this anyway, so whatever size of palette you want to do, use that. But I'll be holding this up so you can see the colours as we mix it. But the first thing we're going to do is our outline. And the reason that we do an outline is because, a bit like the pencil pastel paint, you're working through something in a really fast pace, and in a short space of time. So the best way to do that is to relax the brain by having these nice steps beforehand. So I actually still, it's called a gesture drawing, and it's on my YouTube channel. You can see you basically set a timer for like 30 seconds, and if I'm drawing the cat, or I don't actually have a cat, if I'm drawing a dog, or if I'm drawing anything, you talk about a gesture. So what you do is you basically look at the subject and not at your page. What we're doing is a form of gesture drawing because we are getting the brain engaged, really. So with that being said, portrait as before, pencil, I'm going to use my Sharpie, and start with, feel free to use your soft pastel as your guide. This can be a really, people really like to do that. It just means that you don't have to wait for me to catch up. But the first thing we're going to do is our horizon. So again, we've actually, I am going to use this so that you can see it. It's just the Sharpie will really interfere with acrylics, and nobody wants their Sharpie to interfere with their acrylics. Okay, our V to begin with. And then our little hill in the middle. Again, if you want to make that more flowy, if you want to add another hill behind, feel free. I felt that my stag was quite low down, but that just sometimes happens when I'm working like this. So I'm going to bring, rather than an inch down this time, we're just going to basically bring it down about 1 centimetre, and that's where we're going to put the top of his head. And again, that lovely crisscross. So 1, 2 for our crisscross, like a ribbon. Is this group B? Yes, Sarah. Yes, this is. We're all on. Is that? Do you want group B? No, you're all in together. Just the tickets. So the only difference is the ticket A gets all the materials. So no, you all have the same. That's all the same. Yes, good. No, it's so good to have you. Sorry, I maybe should have made that clear. Thank you for saying that. So now what you're going to do is you're going to bring those in and finish off at the bottom. I'm actually really excited about this breakthrough that I had with this face because it's going to really help me teaching animals. And then remember their little ears. So they kind of go up. It's a bit cow-like. Now, just carefully let the, tighten that up a wee bit if you want there. You can make the nose a little bit more prominent in the eye, or you can turn it on its side a wee bit more if you want. But now whenever we're going down the back, like try to just be quite in tune with that. So the way that it's going down is it's scooping down and then up along for the bum again. So we're going to go right really from where the face is, and we're going to go, and the hind goes up. It's funny whenever I'm not seeing it. It's actually going down a bit more because the way he's standing. I should do it this way. And then we're going to bring that front leg down again. I'm going to just see what I'm doing here. So the way that they have as well, they often have this big coat that comes down here. So we're going to just do it like that. It's looking more like a sheep, this one. Temporarily. It's like whenever I draw a dog and people always say, it looks like a pig, only to begin with. And then remember our belly here. So as if I was to do like sort of a circle in that, that's where the belly comes in and the legs go down. In the same way here. Just the thing that I think makes it more like the stag-like is when you pull that back leg in. But again, I'll tighten that up. That just gets your model on there to begin with. Now, I'm going to bring that bum up here. Feel free to, I think I need to shorten the bum. And then our legs. And then we'll put in our antlers, which is automatically going to change what it looks like. So at the minute, the way that it looks is like straight on. I quite like the idea of it being a wee bit more out, so the chin comes out there, you know, so you start to change the shape of it. So you can do that too if you want. And then you can, you know, tuck the wee ear in smaller and make this ear bigger. Those are just options for you. Good concentrating. Gail, have you got someone with you? Little cutie. You get a pencil too. So good. Love that. And enjoy the antlers. Let those go out. But again, this is going to be painted over, so don't feel you have to get too involved in that. Really what we're doing is just laying our foundations. And whenever we add in the coat and everything. So then you just your last bit of ground underneath the foot. Oh, is that Simon there too? Hi, Simon. I love that. That's been the cool thing about putting these all online, is that lovely relaxed feel of it, me getting to see everybody. Okay. Right. Feel like you're happy with it? Set it to the side. Well, even if you're not, set it to the side for now. And then our next thing is the colour mixing. Again, at this point, you're totally inspired and you want to freestyle. Please, by all means, do. Otherwise, I want you to have your little pots of paint ready. Your blue, red, white, get the lids off, ready to go. And really what we're going to do is we're going to mix, well, autumn, I always think of like purples and oranges, which is perfect because the three primary colours are blue, red and yellow. And when we mix those, the green as well, obviously, is another autumnal colour. So when we mix our blue and yellow, we get green. When we mix our red and yellow, we get orange. And when we mix our red and blue, we get purple. So that's the first thing we're going to do. If you've been here before, which I see so many of you have, feel free to make a purple, to make an orange, and to make your green. If you are wanting just to go step by step with me, the first thing that we're going to do is you're going to have your water for your paint, your paintbrush. You're going to need your little blue paintbrush if you got the pack. And if you didn't, just use any paintbrush that you have. Just the only thing is just to make sure that it fits the canvas. Even if it doesn't, you can always make it work. And the first colour that we're going to make is orange. And the way that we do that is we take a little bit of yellow and we put it onto our mixing plate, clean our brush. You might need a cloth if you want. I just always let it kind of drip. And then a little bit of red. And you're going to mix those two together. Just keep water on your brush. And enjoy that mixing. It's like magic. I love colour mixing. Your orange will be different to my orange because just yellows vary, the amount of paint that we use each time varies, but that's your orange, which is really special. So, okay, and then, so that's good. The only thing I ask is that you mix so it mixes to a solid colour. So rather than it being a wishy-washy colour, I want you to mix it so that it's all one colour. And then we're going to clean our brush. And the next colour we're going to make is our green. So a little bit of yellow. And even your little pots, they don't seem like there's a lot of paint, but those are, because they're such a high grade, you don't need very much paint to go far. So a little bit of yellow, clean your brush. And a little bit of blue. It's kind of equal amounts really, but it doesn't, whatever colour of green you get, it's your green. And we're going to make variations of the green anyway, but excellent. So by now you've gone from your 5 colours in your pots to now another 2. Clean your brush again. I feel like the angle of this iPad that's recording is dreadful. All I can see is this. Okay, so for this we need a little bit of red on your mixing plate and a little bit of blue. And one of the girls that I work with weekly sessions, she is a nail technician and taught me to use my yellow first when I'm mixing, because then you don't ruin your colours. It's very clever. So that's why we do the purple last. It is our darkest. So here we go. The purple that you get, all of you that got the paint pots, your red is more of the cambion red. It's like more of an orangey reddy colour. So your purple will be a little less ruby purple, but I thought it would be perfect for autumn. When you mix that, can I see everybody's lovely colours? If you're happy to show me. There's Claire's on her Tupperware, brilliant. Got proper palette there, Lynn. Love it, good orange. Great, Rachel, Lee, and your helper. Love it. Audrey. Great. Good work, Jane. Linda. Adele. I recognise that plate, Adele. Hazel. Very good. Jenny. Emma. Great. So really, you can all see how to mix. Oh, I missed the sipful lovely blend of colour there. My favourite was the bubbles, by the way, of the drinks, obviously. I was straight in, that's what Sharon said. So of the sipful drinks that Darius has, there's, there's comes my water. There's different cocktails, but I was straight for the bubbles, but just water tonight. Okay, thank you, Michael. Sorry, I just said you're welcome because I didn't speak. How rude, the waiter. While we're here, I would love to show you a navy, because I feel like a navy is another rich one that we want to use. So clean your brush, take a little bit of your blue and put it on your page or on your mixing plate. Clean your brush again. And then you will see that you need very little of the dark colour of the black, but you will always need a lot of white, so that'll be why you've got more white. So dip your brush into the black and mix that into your blue, and you'll start to get a very heavy. My dog must be trying to get in, I can hear her. Now, it looks nearly black there, but that's the navy, that's a navy shade, which is lovely. Good mixing, everyone. So studious. Now, so this is quite labour intensive, I always talk about, but then once you get to apply it on, it's fun. So you see your green, I want you to take, if you can hopefully I'm not going too fast. Good. Take a little bit of your green, right? And at the side, you're going to just then take a little bit of blue, fresh blue, and mix it into one side of your green. So you get a bluey green. So we've just done the secondary colour wheel by doing our 3 shades, but whenever you start to add in extra shades of each colour, you get into the tertiary, the 3rd colour wheel. So I want you to make a greeny blue. We can revisit all these and add them up later, but this is just to get you seeing the colours that we're mixing. So that is a greeny blue colour. Now mine's very greeny blue, but it'll start to be more emeraldy colour. So you just get these nice variations, okay? And clean your brush again. And take a little bit of yellow and mix it on the other side of your green. So then you've got a lime green. This is when it gets really exciting. So but now you've got 1, 2, 3. So the middle green is just standard blue and yellow. The darker green is a little bit more blue. The lighter green is a little bit more yellow. And by now your water will start to be getting very cloudy, but we are nearly done with this bit, and then you can go into your next water. So I would like you to take a little bit of yellow and you're going to mix it on one side of your orange. So you're making a lighter orange. You're going to verge on a peachy orangey color here. So you'll get the way that we're doing this. We're basically making 3 shades of each color, which is, I do push you all, but I can see you can keep up. Same thing, clean your brush. And you're going to go for a little bit of red. You're going to go the other side of your orange, and you're going to get a real blood orange then. So you've got your 3 oranges there. Very subtly different actually. 3. And enjoy the mixing. It's quite therapeutic. Last one, clean our brushes. This is whenever the purple becomes a nicer purple, I believe. So take a little bit of blue and you're going to mix it on one side of your purple and you'll start to get a real plum. Look at that lovely indigo color. Don't worry if yours is different from mine, as long as it is a variation of the purple that you made to begin with. This is the beauty of it. You'll start with the same template, but they'll be very different, which I would love all of you to see as we go along. Clean your brush again. Take a little bit of red, add it to the other side, and draw that purple into it. And you'll get a real, it's called red purple on the colour wheel. What an inventive name. Oop. Good. Okay. Great to see everyone mixing away. All of them. Love them. Look great. Yeah. Lee, that's looking good. It's Bo, isn't it Bo? No? Bo? Yeah. Love it, Bo. Gorgeous. Right. Okay. Elaine, anybody else who wants to just crack on, feel free to do so. The last thing I want to do before we do it is take a little bit of your navy and set it down. Clean your brush. And take a decent amount of white and mix it in with that navy till you see that, well, and maybe take a little bit more blue if you need to. I want you to get that real cloudy light blue. Okay, right. That's us all set, and now we can add to our page. Now, so feel free to change your water if you want. Have a sip, have a drink. Turn up the beats. We had painters in and they were laughing at me. I was painting yesterday for the first time, 4 weeks. It was very exciting, and I had the classic FM up full tilt. I love classical music whenever I'm painting. Doing this on the canvas. This, Rachel, is your canvas. If you're on ticket B, this is your canvas. This is the final. This is your final piece. But if you'd rather use a page, then do, if you want, then, because what some people do then is they, after the class when they have more time, they then revisit it with another canvas. So but if you are happy to try the canvas now, I'd love you to give it a go. I'm going to just change my water. Yeah, have a little sip, everybody. Okay, this is the exciting bit. Really, you just turn into Picasso, Van Gogh, any Ali Hart, any of the above, whenever you get a paintbrush in your hand. So you're going to take that lovely cloudy blue that we had. This is where I'm going to take this blue here, your nice light cloudy one. And we're going to really simply start with our sky. Have enough water on your brush. If you need to mix more paint, just do. This one is just the blue with a little bit of black and a lot of white. So whatever you do, just load up your brush nice and then just commit to it. Just commit to taking the paintbrush and adding it on. So I'm going to make myself some more of this blue because I didn't make very much of it. So I'm going to take blue, I'm going to take a little bit of black, mix those together, clean my brush, and then I'm going to take some white. Okay. And in some areas you can have more paint on there. See the way I've got a little bit, it's the same colour but there's a lot more paint on that bit. In other areas you can have lots of water on your brush so it becomes a little bit more see-through. And just bring it down to that V shape. That's where you're bringing this all down to. Keep adding water to your brush and you're just drawing the paint across. I love these brushes, a little flathead brush. I have my mother-in-law at a party next week that we're doing. I'm doing this, and we were laughing there. I was telling her that she could just come and give it a go now. She's like, I think I'll wait, I'm okay. So at least it's a fun activity to do. So here we have just the blue bit. Now, back to our mixing plate. I want you to take a little bit of water onto your brush, clean brush, and take some of your purple, any of the purples, just scoop a little bit of one of your purples up and mix it into that bluey colour. So you start to change the hue of it. Okay, it'll just change ever so slightly. That really sky light blue, you're taking a little bit of one of your purples and you're mixing it into it, and then we're going to add that to the sky. Is my internet unstable? It's telling me that it is. Does everyone see me okay? Phew. Okay. Right.
Ali?
Yes?
That wee bit did drop out there if you want to repeat.
Okay. Okay.
Rose.
The panic. Right.
It's all right.
Bear with me.
It wasn't very much. It was from the mixing of the blue and the purple.
Okay. I'm also going to just add to the many leads around me and put the charger on. I just feel so claustrophobic with all this stuff. Okay. What we've done here is take a little bit of our purple, any of your purples, and you're adding it to your sky blue. That really light blue. It'll become like on the mauve kind of scale. And I want you to, it's just, you're going to add it in here. And it's an ever so, it's very subtle, but just where the V is, add that in, and then you're using water on your brush to draw it up. Okay? So you've got that slight change. Just a little bit of warmth. Good. Now we're committed. We're on it. You clean your brush, and then we're going to go for the purple. I'm going to go for the bluey purple that I have. So again, you can just mix up some new if you need to. This palette, it runs off it very easily. So to mix purple again, you're using red and blue, and then I want to add a little bit more blue to it so it's more on the blue scale. So with that colour, the dark purple, again, you don't have to use this colour if you are so inspired to do otherwise. But we're going to go on this left hand side, there's going to be a purple mountain, and we're going to bring it down just about where his face is here. That's really if you're going to block it out, you're going to block out there. Just come into about here. Okay. And around his wee ears. Now you can paint over him because you'll be using paint anyway, but I think just for now, because of time, it's quite good to leave those little gaps. Okay. So that it's not all bitsy, take that same purple and I want you to bring it in along the bottom here where he's standing. And even if we overlap it later, I always talk about a little bit of harmony in this, so I like people to use similar colours throughout. This is the style that I like. So it can be a lighter version of it by adding in more water. There's mine's quite light at the bottom. Okay, and clean your brush. And we're now going to go for the oranges. So I'm going to go for the lighter of my two oranges. So that's the orange that has the yellow in it. I'm going to go for this one here, the more peachy colour. And what I'm going to do is I'm overlapping that onto this. So make sure there's enough paint on your brush. And we're just going to go over in different areas, like little, this is because it's all rugged. I want us to just start to overlap it. Just to get real earthy tones in it. And that same orange, we're going to pull it all the way down here. It's going to be like a base layer. Underneath and under his belly. That real autumnal. Just keep adding water. To your brush. You need more paint, just mix it in. I've just mixed myself some new orange. So it becomes blocks really. It's quite blocky here at the start. So we'll be blending that. Okay. Good work. Mine always looks even more blocky because of the pastel. The soft pastel can look very harsh. So now you're going to take one of your greens. Okay, mine have all blended in because this palette is so runny. I'm going to go for the foresty green colour, which is your regular green of blue and yellow, and then it has a little bit more of the blue in it. So I'm going for the real emeraldy green, khaki green, and that is what we're going to do on this mountain on the right hand side. So again, covering that big area in the green. Just make sure you have enough paint. You've got lots of paint there, so mix yourself up so you've got a nice amount of paint, and make sure there's enough water on your brush. and then just pull the paint along. And whenever you are over near the stag here, start to look at where you want, the shape that you want the back end to go. So I'm just tightening that up because you can use these lines then to do that. Good. Okay, and again, I'm going to use that same green to come down here where the purple is, and I'm going to overlap some of the lines in the purple. So just there, you're starting to change the grade. So the green, if it goes up into the orange as well, that keeps it all nice and earthy. There we go. And I'm leaving this bit over on the right hand side, just regular purple, keeping it green. So you're just that idea of these hills all coming into each other. Make sure this is not okay. Just keep checking. Okay, the last little nugget here is where we're going to introduce our brown. So it all becomes quite layered. The quickest way for you to learn brown is just to take each of your three primary colours. So a little bit of yellow, a little bit of blue, and a little bit of red, and mix those together. You will get a shade of brown, and it's just like with the purple and with the green and with the orange. You add another colour on one side, like a yellow you can add on one side, and that makes it a more tan brown colour. Or you can add a little bit of blue or a little bit of black. So again, you don't need very much, but this is black onto one side. Then you get a real bark colour, a lovely dark colour. So there's your browns. I'd love you to mix a brown with me. That is your blue, yellow, and red. And then for the darker shade, we added in a little bit of black. Everyone's doing well to keep up, but brown is very simply, and I always say shop bought brown. You don't need to buy shop bought brown. It's always easy to mix up. So your three colours together. This lighter brown has more yellow. This darker brown has a little bit of black. And I'm going to clean my brush, and then I'm going to use the tan brown colour, scoop it on, and I'm going to fill in this faraway mountain here. Now, stay with me for this bit. With that brown, I want you to make quite a significant amount of it, okay? So this is the yellowy browny colour, or one of your browns. It doesn't matter which brown you use. But I want you to get the feeling of it being quite swishy. It's like there's blocks everywhere here, and in order to make those a little bit more together, we're going to start to add in quite thick areas like this. So we've got this real, see here, we're going to start to build these layers up. So that's your brown there, and then we're going to use the brown again to add it in up here where the mountain is. So you're going to add in a few little stripes of it there as well. And also going to add it in here. Mine's very yellowy looking. But pick an area on each hill as such and add in little bits of texture. So my guy's very prominent. Yours will be fading into the background. Would you like, now that we've got the base, that everybody just want, it's not about like marks out of 10. This is just really cool, I think, for if you can take like 10 seconds to put yours forward and then just to see everybody else's. If you scroll across in gallery view and you can see how everybody's, it's really exciting, I find it, and I love to see it. Look at all these oranges, greens, beautiful, and just take a second to scroll across and see how everybody's is different if you hold it up long enough. Well done. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at those greens. Great, Jane, Emma, Sarah, super. Awesome. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that, Rachel. Great. Right, Owen, well done. Okay. Before we go under Stag, I want us to do a little a lilac-y purple. So, but using white. We haven't added white into any of our colours yet. The reason being is that the white makes it actually quite stark. So white's lovely, but it becomes this very bright whitey kind of, like it changes the, it's like snow. Snow is never going to be just bright white. So what I want you to do is take your purple, any of your purples, you can mix all three of them together if you want, just to get a purple, and clean your brush. And we're going to take some white, and you're going to make, I love adding white to these purples because they become very soft. So can you see here? This lovely light purple. So this is purple, any of your purples with some of your white. Right. And with that light purple, you're going to start to add in as if you have, so you're just going to, like as if you're dusting it with this. I'm going to make mine even lighter. Can you see mine? I want mine to make mine a little bit lighter. So I'm adding white to that. And you're going to dust the top of these with your light. And we're going to, at the very end, I always love to finish things off with light anyway. But I want you to add in even here. So we're going to break up some of those lines, and then along where he's standing, so you start to get, and add in, see if you, as if they're standing on some little rocks. Turn your brush on its side. You're dusting the top of these hills with it. And you can add it in here in the bottom. You see that bottom where we kept it nice and purple? You can add in there. I feel like this, my daylight lamp's a bit like a sunbed. I'm roasted in here on this. It's like the heat of the lamp. Now, with that nice purple as well, add in a wee dusting in the sky. Turn your brush on its side, just so we've got that nice harmony. Add in a wee bit of dusting in the sky. Lovely. Nice and light. Hold your brush. Right. Now, Mr. Stag, okay, who is so lovely. It's going to be even nicer. Right, we're going to do our base coat on him first, and that is brown again. So we were using the tan brown that we had there. We're now going to use the darker brown. I have a very, very dark brown there, but I'm actually going to stick in between. So feel free to make, you're going to need brown quite a bit. So your brown again is red, blue, and yellow. He's going to be lots of different shades of brown, so as long as you have one brown to begin with. And let's outline, I'm trying to keep this right. Let's outline where he is. This is what the goal is going to be. So it's like we're cutting out the template, like as if you're taking a stencil of him, okay? So I want you to fill in where the ear is. And again, you can turn your brush on its side to do that. You can follow where the antler is, mark those out. You're not going to necessarily commit to this, but it's just a quite nice way to block out. And then his face kind of turned, so blot out the face. Again, make it so it's a little bit of an actual shape, and just trust your lines. This ear here, I'm going to poke out a wee bit more, and up here, and then underneath is this fur comes down, kind of like this. And he's standing tall, so I'm going to bring him down, his bum down a little bit. And then it's going to be lost in here. Then the legs. So keep water on your brush. Keep paint on your brush. And I'm going to turn him around like this just so I can see what I'm doing. But I want you to do the same. I want you to look and see the shape that you have. So bring down wherever. If his nose needs to go out a wee bit, bring the nose out. If you need to make this all a bit bigger. And then his coat here. Again, we're going to bring, so you've got him actually here, and his coat is quite long, so the belly can come down. His wee head, it doesn't need to be as big. So that we don't have him standing out in the middle of nowhere as well, I want you to take that same dark brown and to ruffle it along here, and so we've got some where he's landing, and then even in the background too, you can add in, even if there's just a little bit on your brush from him, so it starts to be a little bit more rugged. Okay. Okay, clean your brush, and we're going to go for our dark brown now. Okay, this is the really, this is your brown with a little bit of black in it. So mine looks like this one here, but again, make enough of it. You want to have a good amount on your brush. So see where the antler is over on this right hand side? That's where I'm going to add in this. His face is ever so slightly to the side, right? So let me make sure that this is not. So the first thing I'm going to do is my dark brown on the antler. So it's lovely. It starts to then make it stand out a little bit. And underneath his chin is where I'm going to start with the dark, dark brown. On the right hand side here, to angle his face a little. See that okay? And then underneath his chin is where I'm going to start to add in those real dark lines of a coat coming down.
Sorry, go through that again, will you? I'm a wee bit behind.
That's
Just the
okay.
dark
Yes,
bit.
yes,
Thank you.
yes. So the really dark brown, okay, we're going to just fill in where the antler is on this right hand side so that you get a real depth over there. And then where the, I just worry that this light is shining on me. Then his face is turned to the side, so that we're going to use that really dark brown to angle in as if you've got like a chin there. You're going to angle the chin here. And then underneath, you're doing like a V come down. You can see there where it's shine, where it's dark, standing out in mine. And under the belly, you're going to take the dark brown again, and under the belly is going to, you're going to do the same thing. It's like fur under here. Can you see this? And then on the leg. As many of you will know, everything is just layers in paintings. So that's good. So you really, just the angle of the face, because really it's just light and shade, really. I know Jane's here, one of my students. I'm always light and shade, aren't I? Light and shade, light and shade. Make something, you always just go darker, a little bit lighter. So for here, we're doing the angle, so we're chiseling out the side of the face, and then the coat coming down. And this one antler on the right hand side is going to be the darker one, so that we've got him at a bit of a stance. You can add that dark bit as well to frame his back. So just a little bit along the top and the back. Just a wee hint. See his little nose too. You can just hint where that is too. Just right in the end. And I always like when I'm doing stags, see up here as well with them, there's always a little bit of a tuft. So there is where we're going to angle to. It's like a crown. Same thing with your dark brown before you get rid of it. Along his feet here, add in some, on the side of your brush, you're basically doing like little C's, little marks. So this is the gravelly bit when we're coming at the bottom of the mountain where he's standing. You see there, just like little side of your brush with water as well. You can move that along. So like little S shapes nearly. Texture. Oh, there's fireworks. Good, everybody. It is tricky, but I think he's coming together, and it'll be totally worth it. Always is. Right, we're now going to use a caramelly kind of brown as well for his face. So using the brown that you had, you're going to add yellow to it, so you get that tanned colour again, but you're going to add even more yellow to it, so you start to get a real mustardy colour, really. So brown with a lot of yellow. And you want there to be enough paint so that this will make, it will go over the top of the paint that you have. In the summertime, whenever we were doing these, the weather was so hot. I remember one of the kids' workshops, actually, it was just drying so quickly. This is the winter, but you probably have the heat on or have the fire, so the paint will be drying quite quickly. We're just going to highlight his lovely coat again. So you've got your mustard colour on your brush. And where that ear, where you had put the dark bit, we're going to just add in a tiny little fleck. Where am I? Here. So you're indicating where his ear is here. See here. And the same thing around where the nose is. Turn your brush on its side and you're just indicating where that little nose is. Very subtle. Now load your brush up here because we're going to add in our coat on this side and we're going to add in the coat over here and then the coat on the back legs with that tan. See, I don't have loads of, get enough paint on you there. Start to add in that lovely depth. You sticking with me, everyone okay? Give me a thumbs up if you are. I think you are. Good work. Good. Okay, so with that yellow again, along his face, see down the crown as well there. I want you to, over the other side, indicate where his eye would be. Very small indication on the other side. So this side's dark, where we've chiseled here. This is where the nose is here, and we're just going to indicate where the eye is up on the other side, which is just down a bit from the ear. I've quite high there actually. And the other antler is going to have little flecks of this because it's on the lighter side. Now, I'm going to add in a few little extra ones. You can turn your brush so you've got a few wee bits underneath. Add more texture to his belly. Do you remember we had that really light purple as well at the start? That really mauvey purpley colour that we were adding to the sky? Yeah. Whatever you have on your brush at the minute, mix it into that so it becomes like a really, it's a mustardy purpley colour, and then add a little bit of white to that, and then you get this very pale colour. And the eye that we're going to do is basically going to be like an oval shape, and then we'll be putting the little centerpiece in the eye. So one side where the yellow was, you're going to highlight it up like as if it's like a eyebrow, and then in the other side here above where that jawline was, you're going to add in like a little oval shape.
Hello.
Hello. So you see that little oval shape. What do you see? So oval here. See? Then he starts to come to life. Take your time with that. Oh. Everyone, I'm not freezing, am I? No. Same around the nose, that really light colour that we've got. And you're going to dab it around the nose, around the darker bits, because his nose is quite broad. See there? Hi, Michael.
You okay in there now?
Yeah, no, sorry everyone, we're not nearly done yet. We're nearly done. So everyone got another 10 minutes? I get too involved in it. I want to get them right. I'm sure none of you are going out to the pub anyway. Got a little nose. Right. And he's starting to come together, which is lovely. And then that very light colour again, you're using it as stripes, so that you have to imagine the coat is nice and furry. So water on your brush, but load it up with a good bit of paint. Don't do as thick lines as these ones, but I want you to do little, like his little coat is coming down, just indicating where that lovely heavy coat is. And you can put a wee bit of an angle on the face there if you want. Someone's left. Here we go, they're coming back. And same with the back end as well. Start to add in those wee, just really what you're doing is just making them chunkier. Right where I stopped that, but I'm going to add in here. And before you finish that colour again, where your light purple is, those little C shapes, add in these light ones too. Oh, light ones too. Start to get your texture. It's very autumnal looking. So just take a minute to look back at him, look at him. Now, we need to make his antlers stand out as well. So what I want you to do is to make a lemony, like a lemony colour. So the way to do that is our yellow with some white. And then I want you to take a little dab of one of your browns onto this. Just so it starts to become like a muted yellowy tone to it, okay? And what we're going to do is that, so everything, just anything light will come forward, anything dark gets pushed back. So highlight where his antler is. Go back over where see where our yellow was in his ear? You can highlight that by adding in your little bit of yellow. It starts to then pop. Round where his nose is, add in that nice bright yellowy colour too. And the other side where his eye, parts of his antlers, you can just indicate with a little bit of colour. And on his coat. But you can tighten up any other lines that you have that you want to. Little highlighters. You see his legs here have become a little bit, because he's standing in amongst everything, I want to make those a bit more prominent. So with that lemony colour, I'm going to just, his back end, I'm going to add in a little bit of light. He's quite long legs. Make him nice and tall. Oh no, can we rewind? Diane, is everything okay? It's recorded, Diane. Is that? Oh, if you have to go, do you mean? Sorry. Ask me again there to see. Or did I lose you? Is that where someone had gone there for a little bit? Good. So at the minute, what I want you to do is just to look and see what it is that you have in front of you. And then we're going to just tone it all down a little bit. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to make everything around him a little bit more. So we want him to push forward, although he does push forward quite a bit anyway, doesn't he? Okay, and the way we're going to do that is we're going to make everything around him there. Let's see. I'm roasted. Hair's even going fuzzy. Do you remember we made our navy? Oh, can we do a rewind? I have to wait until later. It broke up for a bit. Oh no, just a little bit lost. So Diane, if you are on, where are you? I'll check where you are. Hi. So you are, let's see what stage you're at. Yes, well you can do, once we get this, it should go, and then, whereabouts are you? Did you get to the stag? Show me. Oh, beautiful. Guys, can I actually see this? I haven't even asked any of you, and I'm too busy. Lovely. So we're just really highlighting. What we're doing at the minute is we have Beautiful, everybody. Great. Good, good, good. There's some lovely turquoises as well. Love that. Beautiful. Yeah, lovely. Right. So where we were doing really is we were focusing a lot on our stag there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to the stag really, but you can't rewind on this. Let me see. But we can, if you tell me whereabouts you got to. It looks like you got pretty far, Diane. Really what we're doing is around the eye, as you can see, as well. A little eye. And then the little highlights there. We're going to make another navy for now. Really what we're doing now is just the finishers. Where I want to make like his body a little bit more. I know, I quite like his body. I've made his legs and the back all skew with when I've been turning around. I'm going to pull those down. So you see the legs as well and the belly. Just start to look at the shape of him and have him so he's standing. You can make his coat very long. Good, everybody working away. But you see over here, I want us to add in a very soft peach, and then I want that navy that we had to begin with as well. So the peachy colour, what we need for that is our yellow and our red to make an orange. And remember what I was saying about the white makes it that little bit more cloudy, but we're going to add in white to our peach. To our orange, sorry, to make a peach. So mine's need to make it a little bit more on the yellow scale. Let's see, so we're just here. I'm wearing my boiler suit from earlier. And I'm not. So with that peachy colour, that lovely light peach, this is also another way to frame him. So where we have all this, the layers here, we're actually going to paint over that, and we're going to just very lightly over that, and you're going to go right over to where his legs are, so you start to make him pop a little bit more. So this is your peachy colour, and you're going to follow that in and under his belly and onto the other side. If you feel like it's too much, add a little bit of water so it doesn't feel like it's so dominant, but just add in your nice peachy colour over the top, and all those textures will come through. And he will stand out. There he is. And fill in all your gaps. Just look and see where all the gaps are. Fill those in. Same with the back one here where the brown is. I want you to add in your peaches. We're nearly done. Hang in there. Doing well. And with that peach as well, don't forget to add in a wee bit on his coat. So we've got that harmony again. And by now you'll know which side is the lighter side of his face and which is the darker side. So you can add in all your little extras. Remember, like it's a painting as well in a short space of time. I love him. Mr. Stag. Lee is on here. Lee Telford. I work with Lee. And is she still here? You still here, Lee? Maybe not. Where is she? You can unmute yourself if you're still here. Maybe not. Lee was able to tell me something about the stag. Ah, she's gone. About the presence of the stag and what it stands for. So with whatever's on your brush, add some more water, and I want you just to put a little bit of that in the sky as well. So we're starting to really just look at it, starting to soften it really, which is lovely. Good. Okay, the last colour I want you to add before we do our very light greys is like a mossy colour. So the way to do that is your green that you've got, one of your greens. So you can start all over again if you want to with red or blue and yellow, Right, we will finish in 5 minutes, everybody. Okay, just so you don't feel like I'm hogging you all night. Okay, blue and yellow. Mix your blue and your yellow, and then add in more yellow. So you want, or else take a little bit of the green you've just mixed, move it to the side, and add in yellow, so you start to get a real lime green. Okay, when you get this, you need to maybe mix it again, you need to maybe move it across, get a very, very bright lime green. And then I want you to add a tiny bit of one of your browns to it, any of your shade of brown, to add to that lime green. So you shift the colour so it becomes more moss-like. Good work. Like if you see my palette, I'm sure all of yours. That's another thing I love you just to take away from tonight, is like how many colours you can mix. With that lime green, add water to your brush, and then underneath where this purple is over here, between the purple and between the light purple up here in the top of this mountain, and where the bum of the stag is, that's where I want the lime green to go over, well, the moss green. So again, you're going over the top of that texture. You can add a little bit of white, or not white, add a little bit of water so that it doesn't feel so stark. And frame your lovely strong antlers there too. And then you're really just making them stand. You're going to make them step forward and everything. Look at that, lovely. And again, keep the colour, and I want you to add it in over here as well, which is between the peach and the purple, and blend those colours in, pull the colours up. There we go. Frame round as we face. Oh, lovely. Autumn. Brilliant. Okay, to finish off, take a second to look at your beautiful piece. Give your brush a clean. And then you're going to make a grey. Very simple. Grey is just, as you can imagine. Remember, you always need very little of the dark colour and a lot of the light colour. So a little touch of black and a lot of white. And mix yourself a nice grey, a very light grey. Oh, whoops. With that grey, we're now going to do the final few little highlighters. So again, you're going to go in where the eye was, and then under this coat here. And on the back a little bit. And then your grey is just going to add, and you're going to blend. See where those, we were topping off the mountains up there. Add in these greys and around the feet and his legs. So the legs really will be covered now in this mossy greeny colour, and where your grey is coming into. So I'm just using the grey to add in areas of paint. Well done. Last but not least, his little eye. So clean your brush. Not that it matters because black is so dominant, but take a little bit of black and put it on your palette first with a little bit of water, just because it can be so dominant, and then it can be a little bit too much. But you see where, so have it on your brush. On this left hand side where there was the light bit, underneath that you're going to just hint at a little eye. Turn your brush on its side, same way here. Let's see. Do you see? Lauren, you do? Of course you get access to the recording. Yes, yes, yes. So I've got the recording here beside me. And then also this one too. But that's the beauty of it. Yes, anybody that has been on this, you get, hopefully it's all, well, it's definitely recording on my right hand side. And then I'll send a private YouTube to anybody. He's worth it. Okay, you got that little eye in there. Good. Now that it's just like your highlighters. So any areas that you want, like under the belly, and where the belly and the legs are, I always like to add in a wee bit of strength there, so that you're really framing the legs. So just in here where the belly and the legs meet, you might want to add in a little bit of black in between the legs, so you're really confirming that there's two legs there. Same way with the antlers. Why not sharpen off those edges with the black? It really does set things off. And at the top of the head here, under the chin, little areas where you want there to be dominance, really. Maybe a little shadow and along the bottom. Well done, everybody. Is that showing okay? There you go. And the other thing is, you know, this is something you can revisit. The wee pots, they should last you. I always say to people, please, if you have got them, you can refill them, reuse them. You can also, like, once we finish here, you could add in a lovely, even a brighter blue there. Obviously, I would like you to sign it, bottom left or bottom right with your pencil. But the stag is the sort of animal, well, I want you to kind of just like appreciate that this was like a nice moment in time. We made our stag, but if it is something where you think I want to tweak the eye, I want to finish it, you can take a screenshot of this of mine or take a photo on your phone if that's easier. If it's mine that you want to follow, and then you can follow that at a different time. So if I hold that there, that is one for after now, if you want to then work on it a little bit, especially the stag is the main focal point. Everything else you can just add neon pink if you want. But well done, everybody. Your autumnal stag. Good. Aye, that's good. Hazel is holding it out. That's a very good way to do it. Then you can see what it is you want to change. Beautiful. Well, love your sky, Hazel, too. Lauren, how are you getting on? I can see. I can see. Yeah. Good. Everyone have faith in it. Have faith in yourself. Any questions before we go, or should I not open a can of worms? I'm so proud of you. Like, stags are, well, they're so beautiful and so magnificent, and like they're very dominant as well, so they do hold the space. So I'm like, thank you for following along. I hope you enjoyed it. Well done, everybody. I would love to get a photo. It will really make my weekend being able to look back. Jenny, that's gorgeous. Fiona, beautiful. I love seeing everyone's style when we do this. Jan, how did you get on? Hi, Adele. Brilliant. And the girls. Oh, lovely. See, when I get to see everyone's browns, how gorgeous are all these browns. So if you're happy, Sandra, gorgeous. Love the greens. Elaine, lovely, lovely. And you've got time with this.